Hello, welcome to KeysWord2Life. I'm Key, and this episode is about clarity over confusion. I decided to bring awareness to this episode about clarity over confusion when it comes to relationships between women and men, of just about how women are choosing to be more confused than they are clarified when it comes to their situationship or relationship. It's really annoying to hear, even just like maybe a girlfriend of mine or, anybody in general, just on social media, about how like the red flags that women really look over, just to keep a man or to be with a man. And I think it's foul. I think to strive the best in your womanhood, I think it's really important to have clarity in your life, not only with yourself, but with anybody coming into your life. They provide you clarity and they don't keep you confused, because I think as women, we already go through enough emotions and enough hormonal things that, already keep us a little on the roller coaster, on the up and down. So just to have a man come into our life and confuse us, first of all, it's not of God. Let's just keep it pushing. Confusion is of the devil. Secondly, I want to see everybody do better. If I haven't said it enough on my podcast, I want to see everybody do better with their lives and enter into better things with themselves. So definitely, to hop into it, there are like 3 main points a woman should focus on before wanting to get serious with a man and connect her life with a man. Being, for one, you have to figure out what kind of woman you are. You have to figure out what you like and what you need as a woman, because if you stand firm in that, it doesn't necessarily matter what nigga come into your life, what boy come into your life. And we're talking about the niggas out there that are confusing the women. Y'all are boys. The ones that really are confusing and come off like they have no direction. Y'all are boys. There's a difference between the boys and the men. And so I'm trying to bring awareness to the women of the red flags that boys bring off when they want to start and initiate something with you, but they don't want to go into anything serious, but they kind of play that role like they want to be serious, because y'all are confusing. Keep your y'all are really confusing. We don't need all of that. Yes. First main point, as a woman, please figure out who the hell you are, what the hell you are, what you're into, what you're not into, so that when a man comes around, you already have like those things set as far as your boundaries and the things you need as a woman from a man to really feel loved. Like, we're all different. You can't just come around all women and buy them things and think that's going to keep them around, or give some good sex and think that's going to keep them around, or whatever type of tangible materialistic thing that you think is going to keep a woman around won't keep every woman around or every woman entertained. For me, instance, I'm a woman. I like material things, but I'm not a materialistic person. The things that I would need from a man, or the things that I would need a man to provide for me, it starts off with things that I can't see, things that I can't hold in my hands. Most definitely stuff like, just emotional support being one. You can't gift me emotional support. You have to make me feel that you are emotionally supporting me. You get what I'm saying? So yes, find your own hobbies and focus on chasing your hobbies so you don't have to be chasing a nigga. Yeah? Okay. Next point, heal your heart. Make sure you're going through some type of inner healing every day. I think in this age, I'm 25. I think in this age, in your mid-20s, if you're on board with me, it's important that we really strive for inner healing. It's important that we really try to find some healing within ourselves. And, really focus on our triggers and the things that really, hindered our brain and our bodies and created PTSD within us, because they really did in our formative years. Things that we thought maybe not even really touched us like that could have touched us like that. So therefore, we're not lashing out on the men who really do come correct, and that we're ready to be with them as well, as much as they are with us. People that are healing need to be with other people that are healing. People that are hurting, I ain't gonna say go hurt people, but they just match. Stay with the hurt people. Don't come over here with with healed people, because you're going to end up more hurt. Because I ain't going to do nothing but show you that you're not what you thought you was. So yeah, inner healing work every day. Just a little bit goes a long way. And I ain't saying you got to list off a big old bunch of a big buku essay written thing of affirmations. I'm just saying do some type of inner healing work and figure out who you are and what really hurts you or what really makes you happy. So therefore you could put forth on that. Make sure to be your own man first, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Be your own man and depend on your higher calling, your faith, God, Jesus, whatever you decide to believe in. I believe in Jesus and I put my faith in him every day, every second, every day. So therefore I look towards him to get my type of healing, to help with my trauma, to help with with what I need in life. I don't depend on man to do that for me. You know, I think a lot of women are hurt out here and they depend on a man to come and rescue them and heal them and make them better and unbreak their heart. But there's no such thing. Like, you have to do that shit yourself, and you got to do it with God, you know, to really get through it. Stop depending on these men to do it. You're going to be disappointed every time. And lastly, of course, just understand your worth and your boundaries. You know, really, really take ownership of your value and validate yourself. As women, we are emotional creatures. Validate your emotions. It's okay to be emotional about some things, you know, but validate that yourself. Don't go out there seeking validation from other people, because that's how you end up undermining your worth and your value. Just know that you are the shit, you know, even if you don't feel like it, pretend that you are. Y'all heard what Rihanna said. Do what Rihanna said, just pretend. That's what I do. Sometimes I look in the mirror and I know that it is what it is. I'm the shit. Sometimes I look in the mirror and I'm like, girl, but I'm still gonna go out there and do what I gotta do. Like, I'm not gonna let it get me down. And that's because I've become emotionally mature to know that Kiana sometimes is just a big bunch of, you know, emotions all wrapped up in a roller coaster going like, yeah, riding on the wave. But in the great words of Alicia Dennis, I'm having my way with life. I'm having my way with life. That is an old friend of mine. She used to say that shit to me. And I used to think to myself, like, I heard it and it seemed, but I never knew what she meant. But now growing up, like, and she's younger than me, but it don't even matter. Now growing up, I know exactly what she means. And I'm having my way with life. And it's so well that I'm in such a great healing, detaching era of my life, you know, 50-50. I'm in such a great era of my life that, like, it doesn't really matter who comes or goes. Like, I know that I am good enough for me to only be with me. You know, I'm also enjoying my solitude. I'm enjoying the company that I'm allowing in my life now. So, you know, like, I'm having my way with life. I think every woman, you should have your way with life before you get out there and want to connect with a man, you know, and be serious with a man, because a relationship ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. It's real work. And as women, we are already real work within ourselves. I'm already so much myself. I can imagine what it is for me to want to be with a man, because inherently, maybe within my feminine nature, like, I would want to take care of my partner. Like, I want to take care of my partner for as long as he lives and make sure that he's good. And of course, have him take care of me. But I'm big on partnership. Like, I'm big on teamwork. And I'm really not. Like, I really am an I person, independent, do everything myself. But once I find that person, it's like I'm really big on teamwork. Like, let's help each other out when we're down, you know? So you can't really do that unless you know how to help yourself when you're down and pick yourself up. So yes, those are the 3 main points. Let's hop into these red flags. Okay, first red flag. A nigga that want to go with the flow. I don't know about y'all. But the Lord, he gave me a flow. Matter of fact, I got a flow every month. Matter of fact, I got a flow coming up soon. So why do I need a nigga to bring another flow into my life? What? Oh, you want to flow straight into hell. What are you talking about? I don't want to flow with you. Now, perhaps, you know, when you're younger, y'all don't mind flowing because it don't got to be no serious shit. I'm in the era of my life where it ain't none of that flow stuff, baby. What you trying to do? Oh, you said flow, but you meant fuck. That's what you meant. And that's what the fuck they mean, ladies. They mean they just want to fuck. They want to be able to have access to you with no commitment. That's what flow means, because they have no direction. They have no vision. Tell me what a relationship is without vision. Tell me what a partnership is without vision. Tell me. No, wait. Exactly. There's no such thing. So you tell him you don't go with no flows. Especially not when the flow is, we ain't got no title, but you doing boyfriend shit. Huh? No. What? Next. Ladies, do you find yourself going back and forth in your head? Oh, well, does he like me? Does he like me not? Does he like me? Does he like me not? Look, girl, if you got the question if a nigga like you, he don't like you. Because one thing about it, 2 things for sure, if a man likes you, he's gonna show it. And you won't have to teeter back and forth so goddamn much, because this ain't the playground. If he was consistent, okay, because these niggas will be persistent to get you, but they won't be consistent to keep you. So just pack your bags and go, honey. First of all, until he's consistent, if he's only persistent, don't get too comfortable. Until he's consistent, keep your bags packed, just so you can pick them up and leave whenever you got to. Yeah. Yeah. Don't let him play no games with you. That's confusing. I've been in that situation before where I've had to go back and forth, and I've allowed myself to be in that situation to where I was like, does he like me? Does he like me not? Fuck that. I should know every day you like me. So therefore, when you're distant, I don't have to worry about if you like me or not, which brings me to my next point. If he's too distant, then he probably don't like you, because the reality is we're grown now. You should be able to go through some things with that person and open up with that person. If every time he go through something, he got to go for about 72 hours, What are you talking about? Nobody's working that hard to where I don't hear from you in 3 days. Nobody's working that hard to where I really don't hear from you in 24 hours, a check-in or something. You didn't call, you didn't text. No, like, and I'm not a big texter, nor do I care about texting. Like, I'm a real big quality person. You can pull up on me and we can spend 5 to 10 good minutes together and then go on about your business, because I love my solitude. But at the end of the day, I need to hear from you. I need to hear, one, that you're good and that you're okay, and I need you to be checking on me too, because we all go through things. But how come as women, we kind of, when we going through things, and not all women, because honestly, when I go through things sometimes, I'm big on solitude and I just kind of want to isolate, be by myself. But if a man really like me, he should be head on, like, hey, you can lean on me sometimes, or hey, you could, you know what I'm saying? I'll be there for you in the way that I can. You get what I'm saying? In the best that I can. Whatever I can provide, I'll give it. That's how a man needs to be courting you if he really wants to be with you. If y'all already fucking, come on now. You being there for him. He got his. Where yours at? Because emotionally we need to be fed, while sexually they want to be fed. So what's up? Why are you so distant? Why I ain't heard from you in so long? Men are fairly predictable. They have predictable day-to-day lives, or they're supposed to. We're adults now. So every other day it's something sporadic you got going on. Now I get it. You don't want to talk, you don't want to text or talk all day long. I get that for sure. I get it. But I don't know. It's giving, I should feel secure. You have to help as men, and I'm not no man or nothing like that, but I think like a man should help her woman in a sense feel secure within her spot as well, right? My man could be gone for however many hours, but I ain't tripping, because I know he'll be back. I know he'll check on me. I know he'll give me the time that I want. I know it'll be good of quality. But if every time all y'all do is meet up and fuck, and then whenever you're not around him, he don't really check on you, see if you ate, see if you good, see if you need anything, that's not your man. That's your situationship. You're in a situation and you need to get about that, because it's confusing you. And confusion is of the devil, and you do not thrive in femininity or in womanhood when you are confused. So, honey, nip that shit in the bud. Oh, Lord. Relationship after relationship after relationship after relationship after relationship. Okay, what's that nigga's single track record? And what's his relationship track record? How long has he been in a relationship? How long has he been single? I think that it's at this age, honestly, I think that perhaps it's a childish question to ask a man or ask a woman, whatever, how many bodies you have. But there was one point in time I asked a man, I said, if I was to sleep with the same amount of men in this city as you have women in this city, would you consider me ran through? And he said, yeah. So that kind of goes to show you, like, you have to pay attention to that. Because if a man is continuously devaluing himself by ongoingly having aimless sex and just, sexual partners all over and just, sex and sex and sex, that's all he really knows, is to switch it up all the time. Where's your commitment? What's the longest you've been in a relationship? You've fucked around longer than you've been in a relationship with. So what makes you want to settle down with me now? What makes you ready now? What makes you equipped now? You're not. This is just another drive-by for you. What's your single track record? You've been in a relationship. You're trying to love bomb me. You can't be alone. Something's wrong with you. What's wrong with you? Why you can't be alone? Why you can't sit out somewhere and be cool? Is you cool? Why not? See, you got to be paying attention to that. Because, see, that's important. If a man's track record is sex with different partners, for years on end, that takes time to break out of. That takes practice to break out of, because he's been in practice of hypersexuality for so long. So now it's not gonna be you. If he hasn't shown you it's gonna be you from the jump and been persistent and consistent with that, it's not gonna be you. You are just a drive-by. He's gonna get bored with you because he was bored from the start when he met you. Girl, Clock it. Clock it. Oh, and last but not least, one of my favorites, because I despise when men make excuses. If he got an excuse all the time for how he can't do what he said he was going to do when he said he was going to do it, then why would you even want to be with that? Like, the most attractive thing about a man is him keeping his word. Hello. The most attractive thing about a man is him keeping his word. Second, what I guess would be knowing how to handle your emotions as well and being emotionally intelligent. That is the second attractive, but the most attractive thing is he did what he said he was going to do, because men, that puts your credibility at an all-time high. If 3 times in a row you can do what you said you was going to do, after that, she's going to be like, oh, I know my man going to do that. All you're going to have to do is say it to her, and she's going to take heed of that and go on about her business. You get a lot of nagging and you get a lot of attitude and lip back men, or boys, shall I say, because you don't do what you said you was going to do, so we don't believe you. You're just talking. You're just pillow talking and bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? What Yvette said, you just running your mouth, and that's what you're doing. You just running your mouth. That's all you're doing. Come on now. And so a man who just makes excuses, he's just trying to keep you there, right? He don't ever forget that a predator always knows their prey. If he senses that you're a woman who hasn't heard sweet things, if he senses you're a woman who hasn't received the love that you have, all he got to do is talk. All he got to do is just talk you sweet to death, honey, and not do shit. No action. So you make sure that whatever's coming out his mouth is secondary to whatever action he puts in, because that should be primary. That's what you should be paying attention to the most. Because anybody could do that. Anybody could do that, baby. Talk is cheap. And that's why motherfuckers is walking around with bags of it like it's luxury, and it's not. It's not. It's not. It's cheap. Put your money where your mouth is. Action. That's what we want. That's what women want. We want action. We don't want none of that extra talking. What are you saying right now? Did you come here to do or come here to say? Because I don't want to hear none of that. I'm a yapper. I want to talk about intellectual things and things that we could open up our brain about. But don't tell me what you finna do. Just pull up and do it. Babe, you hungry? Yes, I am. Okay, well, I'm gonna get you some food. None of that. Babe, you hungry? Yes, I am. Ding. Money sent for food. What? That's what it is. None of that extra. I'm sure he could tell you what he's planning to do. That also is sweet. We don't mind hearing that. But don't even open up your mouth if you don't plan to execute, because now your credibility begins to drop. Now you just become one of them niggas that never do what they said they was going to do, and we respect those less. And you wonder why your woman don't respect you. And you wonder why your ass don't dance. Because you ain't... Moment of silence. Moment of silence for the girls, including myself. Moment of silence for the girls who skipped over the red flags because of the hope they had for the relationship. Because the hope they had for that person fulfilling what they said they was going to do and being who they said they was going to be. Moment of silence. We are no longer those women. You come correct the first time or you miss out. That's it. And nobody's perfect. Nobody said anything about perfection or nothing like that. Please believe you me. If you are in your 20s, you are a work in progress. This is your defining decade. You are creating identity capital. You are not all you're capped out to be, even when you're 30, even when you're 40. You are forever evolving, forever learning, forever elevating as you should be. But all I'm saying is, ladies, these are red flags that you need to pay attention to so we stop making excuses for these men. Oh, well, he just needs some time. He just needs some time. No, what he need is to get canceled. What he need is to get the hell on. What? That's what he need? You want to wait? You're trying to train a man to be your man? I don't know about that. I'm willing to communicate with my partner who I already see puts effort and let him know, hey, babe, this is what I need in this relationship. I'm ready to do that. Something that's more established and with more intention, but I ain't finna keep coming to no nigga talking about every day. You know, I give you something to correct and you don't correct it right then and there. We're not kids. You can correct it right then and there if you want to stick around. But just to let you know, if that nigga don't make no corrections, but he didn't say he wanted to leave, that's because he's waiting on you to leave. He's waiting for you to get fed up and for you to just leave. That's what it is. He's chicken shit. He's chicken shit. These men are boys. These boys are chicken shit. They feel, it's easier said than done. What? If you don't break up with that heifer, she not gonna break, and she's not no snowflake. She's not gonna fall to the ground and melt and die. What are you talking about? We're women. We're courted on the daily. We're maybe not courted. I use that term too loosely. We are approached on the daily. Somebody else is gonna see her and see what she want to see what that be about, and she'll be over you soon. Come on now. We have attention span as squirrels sometimes. It's kind of hard, I think, to keep a woman's attention. So therefore, girls, be like that then. If he's not being consistent, be like a squirrel and find another nut. Because, come on now. We able to sit around and wait for a nigga to act right? What are we? Yes, that concludes the episode. I really just wanted to come on here and help the girlies out with those red flags. I feel like we're missing a lot of them, especially in my generation, especially in the age group as a whole. I just want to come on here and say, ladies, you are worth it. You are worth more than you think you are. You are enough. Do not let these niggas get out here and play with you. You don't deserve to be played with. You deserve to be courted and treated beautifully and treated like a queen. You deserve even more to carry yourself as such, have a reputation as such, be independent as such, okay? You are inferior to no one and superior to none. You're a queen. That is the queen mantra. And that's just what it is. But yes, thanks for watching. You guys stay beautiful. Bye.